Yo, 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 it's your boy Popeze, aka Lovely. We're coming back with the recap on the season 3, episode 9 of Power, book 2, Ghosts. Now, there's a lot of spoilers in this. You feel me? So, right now, if y'all want to see the spoilers, turn it off. But if y'all do, stay tuned for this video. And hit that like, comment, subscribe, and y'all comment and hit that subscribe. It's your boy, let's go.
So the way I'm going to try to do this is one person and their story leads to the other, leads to the next, leads to the next. And then for all the other people, miscellaneous story, I'll do them in their own section. But by the character's name, we're going to try to have one story lead into the next so it makes the most sense. Because the way they did it in the show is they did the stuff first and then they kind of like flashbacks showing how it led to that point. So we're going to try to do it in chronological order. So first we're going to do the Tejada family because they have the most going on that leads to every other character. So from the Costello mom, Drew finds out that Monet killed Lorenzo. So of course Diana and Kane finds out and that family is completely broken and split apart. And now Monet assumes the new head role of control of Noma operations. Basically she's under Noma and she's the boss of Tariq, Kane, Effie, Braden, and everyone else. So she killed Lorenzo, she took control of that, and now all the kids found out. And then, after finding out this information, Drew and Diana create a plan to take out Monet and then blame it on Reek. So, to create this whole plan, after Sags died, they received a letter from Sags in case he died, thinking it would be Tariq that killed him. They sent a letter, Sags sent a letter to them, basically telling Tommy where Tasha is. So they do that to pin Monet and Tariq against one another. So now Monet thinks Tariq told them that she killed Lorenzo, and now Tariq thinks Monet sent Tommy after Tasha. So they did all this to create the plan for Tariq to take out Monet so they could be from under her, and then they wanted to have Kane take out Tariq. So their plan was for Monet and Diana to get in the car and talk it out, and while they're driving, Tariq comes up to the side, puts 2 into Monet, and then Diana crashed her car into Tariq's car and let Kane finish off Tariq. So Kane never finds out Diana and Drew set the whole thing up. So that was their plan. Once again, Drew and Diana's plan was to take out Monet after finding out what she did to Lorenzo, Gordo, and didn't just get from under her. They wanted out the game for good. So they wanted to set her up, get Tariq to take her out, and get Kane to take Tariq out so nothing falls back on them. That was their plan. That was their storyline this episode. So we're going to get to everybody else, and then we're going to circle around back to them at the end and put all the pieces together. Getting into the Tommy and Tasha section because I know a lot of you are here for that. So Tommy does find Tasha and Tariq does get there in time. Tommy does not kill her. Tasha actually knocks Tariq out and saves Tommy's life. So her and Tommy basically squash the beef. So they squash it, they're all good, he won't go after her anymore. Also, when they do this, so Tariq doesn't know, his mom knocked him out, he's taken to the hospital, all he knows is Tasha is missing. So he finally later in episode 10 circles back, Tommy runs into him or comes to get him basically, and he tells them him and Tasha have no beef no more, and he tells Tariq specifically to do nothing. Remember, he told him to do nothing, but Tariq doesn't listen. When Diana comes to tell Tariq the plan to take out Monet, Tariq accepts the plan and goes along with it, not knowing that Tasha was already heading to take out Monet anyway. So when the plan was under motion and Tariq was in position to do it, before he could even do anything, Tasha came by in a drive-by and shot up Monet, and now she's in a hospital in critical condition. Diana and Drew chose to go along with the plan, stick to it, and blame it all on Tariq. So like I said, we're going to circle around back to all that at the end, but they chose to blame it all on Tariq. Now, let's jump into Braden. Now, Braden, his story is going to seem less interesting right now, but it's also going to come back full circle in the end. So, in episode 9, spoilers, this is spoilers, Braden kills his uncle who runs Westing Holdings and writes a suicide note, basically talking about the Ponzi scheme, everything he did. Westing Holdings gets shut down, Tariq loses his trust fund, RSG loses his money. All that happened. So Westing Holdings is shut down. After killing his uncle, Braden realized he doesn't want to be in the life anymore. He wants out of this. He's completely done. So also in this episode, in episode 10, Kane and Monet robs Braden's family because they want their money back that they lost in Westing Holdings. So they go into his house, rob his parents, his sister, and his brother. But Braden basically completely wants out. Even after he finds all this, he tells Tariq he wants out and wants nothing to do with this. So now with everybody conspiring against Tariq and Braden wanting out, let's get into Effie and talk about her and her situation. So, of course, Effie was in jail. You guys saw in the trailer clip for episode 9, Kane asks Effie to snitch and rat out Tariq. She decides not to do this, but her and Tariq going back and forth. Tariq wants the picture of Noma's kid so that he could get at her, use the kid to get from under Noma. So, what he does, what Effie decides is, if he gets her out, gets Lauren to recant her statement, then she will give him the picture and all the information on Noma's kid. And all this works. We're going to talk about it when we get to the Lauren situation. But yes, he gets her out and she asks him, are they even? Are they square? Can they work together again? Can they trust each other? He did her wrong. She did him wrong. All this and that. But he tells her, no, like, we're never going to be good again. Everything's fine. You can figure it all out on yourself. This leads Effie to joining the Kane, the Monet, the Tejada side of things, but she does relay to Tariq the information about Noma's kid. But she joins in on the Drew and them plan, which, once again, we're going to circle around to back at the end, so keep waiting. So once again, yes, Effie gets out of jail. She doesn't rat on anybody. She got Tariq to convince Lauren to recant her statement. She gets out. She wants to work with Reek again, but he decides he doesn't want to do that. So she goes her own way to figure out things on her own. Now, Lauren, she decides she'd never touch Tariq again. She wants nothing to do with him, but Kane kidnaps her parents or ties them up and says if she doesn't recant her statement, he's going to not kill her but kill her parents and take all her parents. So she does recant her statement, takes out Jenny's whole plan and everything that happened with that. So Jenny is in the fucking hole. Lauren just decides to leave with her family. She wants nothing to do with these people, this life anymore. She's free to go. She recants her statement, leaves with her parents, and that's just that. I don't know if Lauren will ever come back, but that's pretty much how her story ended. Now, this is the biggest reveal. This is where everything circles back. All this, and all I can say is going into season 4, it's gonna be a fucking war. So, what happens is Tariq goes to meet Noma and Obi to reassume the position of the leader, thinking Monet is possibly dead, in critical condition, won't make it. So he goes to steal everything, take everything from under her, as he lost his trust fund in the Westing Holdings debacle. Won't be getting his money back. So when he goes to do this, the plan was already in motion with Drew and Diana to use Noma to take out Tariq. So they take his gun, they take him to a room, and everyone is there to take him out. Kane is there pointing a gun at him and is ready to take him out, saying he wasn't going to let him get away with the Monet shooting, not knowing Diana and Drew set the whole thing up. So when they're about to take Tariq out, Tariq throws out his last card, which is he knows where Noma's kid is. He tells Noma basically he has eyes on her, that if anything happens to him, they'll take her daughter out, that nothing can happen, they have to let him go. But just before this, like I said earlier in the video, it all comes full circle. Effie joined in on their plan because Reek chose not to work with her no more, not to trust her no more, even after he got out of jail. So she said she had to make a way for herself. She told Noma that Tariq knew where her daughter was, and Noma got her moved, or got her to a safe spot. So now Tariq used his last card, nothing else to do, came ready to take out Tariq. But no, his saving grace, Brayden, once again comes back full circle, comes and has a shootout with Noma, the Tejadas, and everyone else, and gets Tariq out into safety. Now, in this shootout, I'm going to point out real quick, Brayden did shoot and hit somebody. In the clip I watched, I couldn't really see who it was, and I'm thinking we're not going to find out till season 4, but maybe with the video I was watching was just a bad video. I couldn't really see who he hit. Interested to find that. Now, I didn't really dive too much into details or everything. I mainly gave a linear timeline of all the events that happened.